What's up? What's up? What's up? G Monea in the house, live in full effect in my studio. Praises be to God. Where you all at? Invite your friends, family members, foes. I am Regina Monet Reed, but I am G Monea. And let me give you a little backstory about myself. I am a child of the Most High. First of all, I give God all the glory, honor, and praise for getting me here. Because let me explain something to you all. If it wasn't for God and His grace, I wouldn't be able. You guys wouldn't be seeing me right now. So G Monea, I have two handsome sons, Darius and Christian. I have four grandchildren, Hayden, Nevaeh, Mason, and Billionaire. I'm happily married. Vincent Reed. We live out in the sticks with the wild turkeys and the deers. Let me tell you guys, those of you all that live around deer, you need to get that deer whistle. You don't know what deer whistles are? Go to AutoZone, Advanced Auto. You need to get that deer whistle. So yes, I live out in the sticks, but I'm blessed. I am so grateful to be where I'm at. And the reason why I have my show, Say It Ain't So Saturdays with G Monea, the 1st of December of last year, I kept asking myself, what is it that I can do? What is it that I can do, Father God? I want to do more for your people. I want to be able to sow more. What is it that I can do? Let me tell you how powerful the Holy Spirit is. The Holy Spirit woke me up at 1:47 a.m. on the 1st of December. Told me, get out of my bed and start a podcast. The 1st of December, start a podcast. You know what I did? You know what I did? I started a podcast. Thank you so much, Pastor White, Pastor Brian White. Thank you for joining. Okay, Billy Drayton. Dre, thank you so much for joining. We're going to get started shortly. It's a beautiful thing when you can move out of the way and allow God to be your guide. So this is my first show, my first premiere, Say It Ain't So Saturdays with G Monea. Woo! Say It Ain't So Saturdays with G Monea. Okay, now my book, I am sitting right in front of my book cover. Remember, the Holy Spirit said, start your podcast by putting your pen to paper and finish that book. And God will do the rest. Say it, sow it, grow it, sustain it. That's how I came up with my show. This show is not for entertainment purposes. This show is not for entertainment purposes. This show is to sow into the lives of those that need a breakthrough, those that need questions answered, those that need direction, those that just need to turn over a new leaf. So that's all about G Monea. Without further ado, I want to present to some, introduce to others, Dee, my oldest son, Dee Brown, his beautiful wife, my daughter-in-law, Jocanna Brown from Brown Asset Group,
my mentors, Dee, Jocanna Brown. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sow into the lives of God's people. How you guys doing?
We're blessed. We're blessed. We just want to thank everybody for joining in and being patient while we got all this together, because we weren't going to let the enemy, we're going to give him any credit. We're going to make this happen today. So we're happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yes, indeed.
So then I want to ask you, we're just having a conversation, okay?
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not scripted. We're just having a conversation, and we want our listeners to engage. Everyone that's actually on right now, I need you to share. Whoever needs to just hear a powerful word, hear a story, a compelling story. I need you to share this live. Share it. Share it for me right now, okay? But Dee Brown.
Yes, indeed.
I need
How's
you guys. I need you. You know, I just love you guys because you're not only authentic, you're organic. You look, you make it easy for God to bless y'all. Y'all make it easy for God to bless y'all. So I want you to tell our listeners. I want you to just give them your story. How did you get started? How did you transition from corporate America into starting your own business?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, first and foremost, I want to give it back to you, my mother, business partner, the woman that gave me life. So I want to give it back to you. But yeah, I've been in the entrepreneurship space for about 2.5 years. Got into the space because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I felt like anybody else, just overworked and underpaid. How many of us have felt like that? Or felt like we were exchanging time for money? I was working long hours, 6 days out the week, 16-hour shifts. And I was like, it has to be more than just working, paying bills and dying. So for me, I knew that I had a gift to be able to reach the masses and help people, whether it was helping them understand their true worth, helping them understand their greatness, And my wife, Jo, she was a client with our amazing platform at the time, and she was working on her credit. And I saw what the company did for her, and she'll share exactly her story and her success. But I saw what they were doing, and I was like, wow, I want to be a part of that. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was still stuck in my own way because I was still stuck in the corporate mentality shortly after I walked away from corporate America. This was April 2019. And when your back is against the wall, guess what's going to happen, guys? When your back is against the wall, you're going to make a decision for the betterment of your family. And I ended up joining and partnering with this company October 2019. And it's been a complete game changer. So for me, it's about impact over income. For me, it's about changing the trajectory of people's lives. For me, it's about partnering with people that have a larger purpose in life. That's who I want to partner with. That's who we want to partner with. That's who Gigi Reed wants to partner with. So it's a blessing to be here, to be doing what we're doing today on Say It Ain't So Saturdays. It's just a blessing.
Wow. You know what? You got to learn how to get out of your own way. You have to. It's important, especially now. When you want to be that generational curse breaker, you can't be in your own way. Where they do that at? I mean, you can't get on the phone calling. I don't call my children when I'm in a moment where I'm trying to figure out what is it that I need to do next to change the trajectory. I go to God in prayer first. I meditate. And I ask God for instruction. So Dee, I thank you so very much for that, for your backstory. Jocanna.
Yes.
Listeners need to hear your story, because girl, you stepped out on faith. You stepped out on faith like Peter on the boat. Listen, you know what Peter did on the boat? He was scared. Those other disciples were looking. They sleeping. They like this.
Right.
But Peter was like, wait a minute. So I want you to tell people, I want you to give your story.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, definitely, as Dee mentioned, you know, I was first a client with the platform. You know, I'm actually getting ready to be 33 in a few days, but my early 20s, I was trying to figure out life. I had a car repossession on my credit profile, several collections, credit card debt. And yeah, you know, I was doing my research, came across this platform that Dee and I are partnered up with, right? And this platform was able to remove my car repossession the first 90 days, shooting up my score over 122 points. So of course we knew what the platform had done for me as a client, that I mentioned. Once the opportunity, the business opportunity presented itself to him, we knew what it could do. So he joined, you know, and of course I converted into a business partner to fully just support him. He asked for my support. I said, absolutely. You know, I'm a big supporter of my husband. I said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to convert into a business partner. But when I really started to think about it, I said, you know what? Dee got 6 streams of income coming in. If I actually just work my business, that's another 6. That's 12 streams of income we can have coming in. And honestly, before we know it, you know, within less than a year, the platform positioned me to be able to walk away from my 14-year career in property management. And it's something that I just never thought that I would do. I never thought that I would actually be an entrepreneur. I took a leap of faith. I trusted the process. I have an amazing, not only an amazing husband, but an amazing mentor as well. And, you know, if it wasn't because we came collectively and worked as a team and he supported me and I supported him, we wouldn't be where we're at today. So we're definitely blessed.
Awesome. Everyone, I need you guys to turn down any back noise. Anything that's distracting, television, I need you to turn it off. Okay? Remember, this is a sowing movement. This is biblical. And God can't do what he does when there's back noise. The story that was said, but was told about in front of you, that's a testimony.
Mm-hmm.
They exercise their faith. God's word, faith without works is what?
It's dead.
Yes. Faith without works is dead. So I need for you all, I don't know who needs to be a part of this live, but I need you to share this live. Because like I stated, this is not about G Monea. This is not about me. This is not for entertainment purposes. This is about doing my Father's business. And God had already predestined this. This day to this day here was already predestined. Already. Normally when I go before people, I get a little nervous. I start stuttering and stuff. But you know what? It's something about God's grace. God, look, he decreased me. I got up early this morning. I'm on only 2 hours of sleep. And I asked God when I woke up this morning, Father God, decrease me and increase you in me. Give me the words to say. And I am so ecstatic because of the story that was told. Now, I'm looking right at my beautiful grandson. He is just gorgeous. Mason King. His middle name is King.
He always makes his presence.
Listen, they're going to take that baton and pass it off to Nevaeh and Mason King. Look, they even got bank accounts. Dee Brown, they got bank accounts, don't they?
They don't have just bank accounts. They have custodial accounts. They have credit cards. We put them on our Navy Federal credit card. And we thought, the thing about it was, I was telling Joe when we got approved for our Navy Federal credit card, we were like, listen, let's put the kids on there. Like, let's exercise in our home, group economics, let's exercise financial literacy at a very young age, right? So whatever you teach your children at a young age, when they get older, they'll never depart from those teachings. So by the time they hit 16, 17 years old, they already have an 850 credit score. They already understand the matters of personal finance. And that was something that I understood the statistics of our community lacking, is the financial literacy. So yes, they do have credit cards. They have custodial accounts. And that way their money is just not sitting. When mommy and daddy's putting money in their accounts, it's not sitting. It's accumulating high interest every single day.
That is wonderful. Now, you mentioned children. I brought that up for a reason, because what I know to be fact is one of the reasons why I love the platform is because of the YFL men. Now, Dee, Jocanna, whichever one, you know, you guys are one. Can you please talk about this YFL and the benefits of YFL and why we're so excited to be a part of a platform where we can present this financial literacy to our youth?
Take it away.
So yes, the YFL program is definitely an amazing program. You know, it allows us the opportunity to be able to go back into the school systems and educate our youth on the matters of personal finance and the power of credit. So, you know, I think we can all agree that financial literacy is definitely needed. So to have that opportunity or be in a position where we're able to go back into these school systems and educate our youth is definitely a blessing. But furthermore than that, you know, we're also giving scholarship monies, right? So they complete a curriculum. It's about a 9-week program. And upon the completion, our company is giving out scholarship money. So last year they gave over $600,000 in scholarship funds to our youth. So definitely an amazing platform to be a part of.
Awesome. And for any of you all that have young children, grandchildren, and you want us to go into the schools, please message G Monea. Message us, because we go into the schools from grades 5, grades 12. And once they go through that curriculum, we just, January 31st was the cutoff day where our seniors had to write an essay. And what we do is we select recipients and they get scholarship money. And the objective is when they graduate from college, they don't have a high student loan. They don't have no student loan debt. Zero student loan debt. Financially literate. They're not using the wrong credit cards. They have the right credit cards. They understand. Listen, how many of y'all know about 30% utilization? A child come to you and say, hey, mama, is your utilization below 30%? Your child come to you and ask you that question. And you're like, what you talking about? Where's your history book? Where's your calculus book? See, calculus can't keep you out of debt. A pre-algebra book can't keep you out of debt.
Absolutely.
World War II, world history can't keep you out of debt.
Right.
They can't keep you out. So you all want more information about, listen, reach out to me. I'm telling you, I love to sew. I tell people, I don't sell anything, I sew. That's what we're all supposed to be doing. Sewing ain't necessarily always about finances, giving money. It's your time, your talents, a listening ear. You have to sew every day. Not because G Monea said it, not because Dee and Jocanna Brown said it, it's because God said it. That's his word.
And that big S, what's that big S?
What is it, Dee?
Servitude.
Woo! You have to be of servitude. You have to be of servitude. Listen.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing. And my husband will tell you. I mean, my mother-in-law, they hear me upstairs, my feet moving. They hear the noise moving around. We out going. I know they probably say, oh, well, she up. But listen, I am so, listen, I don't even feel tired. In the last several days, I've just been going off of 2-3 hours of sleep. I am not tired, guys. When you are doing something that's monumental, that you know, when you are taking your you're sowing to the next level. Listen, it's a beautiful thing. And I know a lot of you all want to receive that out of nowhere blessing. How many of y'all want that out of nowhere blessing? When you sitting there, you know, you just sitting there watching Bold and the Beautiful. I ain't watched the Bold and the Beautiful in a long time, but I watched the movie Set It Off. So you watch the movie Set It Off, and you sitting there, and now you sitting there watching the movie Set It Off, and all of a sudden, you get a phone call or a text message said, I need you to call me ASAP. God told me to do this for you. I need you to call me ASAP. And you get look, you call whoever told you to call them, and they say, you know what, God told me to give you $10,000. Or you go out to your mailbox and you get a check from the Internal Revenue Service, because this has happened to me. This has happened to me, a single mom. See what happened? What happened? I just happened to check my mailbox, and I said, okay. Now I had purchased the second house out in Covington, and I remember this as though it happened yesterday. And so my youngest son Christian was in the room with his friend Jerry, and Christian checked the mailbox. Now Christian checked the mailbox. Christian checked the mailbox, but something told me check that mailbox again. I went out there and checked that mailbox. $37.50. Not $37.50. $3,750 Internal Revenue Service.
Wow.
Listen, it had my name on. You know how some of those checks have, like, you know, on the back or whatever says, you know, do not deposit. You know,
right?
You act like you don't see below that check. You act like you don't see where it says this check is not for deposit purposes. Look, you acting like, but your name is on it. But listen, I looked at that check. I said, okay, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at this check, Lord Jesus. I saw that to $37.50 Internal Revenue Service. Y'all, I know y'all saw on the intro me doing a Running Man.
The infamous Running Man, yes.
Boy, I was doing a Running Man. Boy, I was doing a Running Man.
Man.
I mean, Christian and Jerry, his best friend, came out the room. Mama, what's wrong? You okay? Listen, I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees. Listen, y'all. Listen now. I fell to my knees.
Wow.
I was like Florida Evans on Good Time.
Damn.
Damn.
28 minutes.
Listen, I deposited that check so fast. I deposited that check. That's an out of nowhere blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's an out of nowhere blessing, because my sons will tell you, as a single mother, I kept them in the church. I kept them in the church. Listen, I don't take no credit for anything I did. I just got in position. And God's word is obedience is better than sacrifice. I was just obedient. I got in position, and God showed up and showed out. That's exactly what he did. And people on my job, they call me the mother hen. Because even though I may be having a bad day, I don't make it about me. And people have a tendency to come to my cubicle, stop at my cubicle. Hey, I was just come talk to you. You know, I just had a rough night. And you know what I used to do? We would go right into the restroom. I said, look, you got a few minutes? Let's go into the restroom. Let's have a moment of prayer.
Mm.
See, that's sowing.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened. So that's an out of nowhere blessing. Now let me tell you. I love free services that we support. I love. Now, how many of y'all pay? I know y'all got some credit cards that y'all shouldn't be having. 26% interest rate. paying minimum due. But it's not just the credit restoration and the credit builder or debt payoff tool. A will and trust. See, because it's not if you pass, it's when you pass.
Right.
And let me tell you about something that hit us at the top of 2020. It came, look, it reared its ugly head before 2020. COVID. It reared its ugly head before 2020. But we did not start to experience the hell until the top of 2020.
Yep.
I've always had a living will and trust. I know the importance of a living will and trust. There are a lot of people that passed away. Something that you can't see, feel, or touch, taking folks out globally. And the people that have passed away, oh, my heart, prayers, condolences go out to the families. But a lot of those people, their loved ones passed away, didn't have a living will and trust. Worked so hard, so very hard. Had a 401k, but without a living will and trust. Dee and JoJo, y'all have any words to share about living will and trust? Because that's one of the services that we offer.
One of my favorite services, to be exact. One of my favorite services is the living will and trust because, you know, I saw it firsthand. Family members passing away and seeing friends and people like on Facebook creating GoFundMe accounts, you know, asking complete strangers for money to bury their loved one. And it really, like, a light bulb clicked. I'm like, man, like, we have so much work to do because, like Mom said, like, guys, like, if you don't have, we talk about life insurance, right? We're normalizing life insurance, but a living will and trust is just as important as having a life insurance. Like, there's no such thing as not having enough life insurance, you know? God forbid, if anything were to happen to me, I want to ensure that my worldly possessions does not end up in probate court. And I have a complete stranger dictating my worldly possessions, dictating my investments, dictating my assets. That's something that I want my wife to be able to control, you know? So, yes, that's one of the services that we offer, you know? Like, you go out there and you hire power of attorney to draft up and create living will and trust. It's anywhere between $2,000 and $3,500. Right? So we are pushing the envelope and shifting people's paradigm to say, listen, credit, yes, we want to help you get your credit back in order. But also we want to make sure that you understand the logistics when it comes to positioning not only yourself, but your family towards a better financial future, but protecting that covenant. You can make all the money in the world, but what happens if it's stripped away from you? What happens if your identity is compromised? Then everything you did throughout that process is obsolete. It doesn't matter anymore because you didn't have the extra layer of protection for you and your family.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me get a little man 1 second. Go ahead, babe. Cheers.
That's okay. Yeah, that's very important. I tell people it's better to have it than not need it, than need it and not have it.
Yep.
It's just like your credit. How many people check credit? Do you check your credit once a year? They give you a complimentary free credit once a year. I check my credit like I check my bank account. because identity theft is at an all-time high.
Yep.
The power of credit. Listen, I don't care how much money you have. If your credit is shot, let me tell you something. You listen, it's expensive. How many of y'all know that when you apply for car insurance, they determine the amount of your premium, and the amount of your premium is based off of your credit score. How many of y'all know that? How many of y'all know that? How many of y'all know that? That's facts. Jocanna D. Brown, that's their business. That's exactly what they do. They determine your premium and how much you pay is determined by your credit score. So if you have less than 600 credit score, then you just giving money away. on top of that, it's a beautiful thing when you have great credit. Because my husband surprised me. I don't know how to ride his bike. I've been trying. It's a Riker. It's a 3-wheeler. It's a 3-wheeler, and he surprised me. Yeah. But this Riker was on the showroom floor, and it's a beautiful thing when you got great credit. I'm talking about 818 credit score. 818. So it's a beautiful thing. Interest rate 0.99%. That is it's the interest rate on that 2021 Can-Am Riker. 0.99%. I ain't never heard of that. That ain't gonna low. I'm like 0.99%.
But did you have to put any money down?
No, I ain't have to put no money down. Right.
So you just went ahead and you went on a lot. You wasn't in a car dealership or the lot. You wasn't there for a long time. They wasn't running your credit like crazy, and you were able to drive off with this Can-Am Riker. You were able to drive off the lot with no money down with a 0.99% interest. Is that what you're saying?
0.99%. I will screenshot that contract, highlighted.
Credit is power. Stop playing.
Listen. Let me tell you something. When you go to the dealership, I ain't talking about that buy here, pay here lot. I ain't talking about Lonnie's discount car and so. I ain't talking about that kind of lot. I ain't talking about that lot where they sit there and then they manipulate the mileage. The car looks good on the outside, but the inside is torn from the floor up.
Right.
And you walking around with some Versace shades on.
Right.
And your car, as soon as you pull out of that Lonnie's discount car and some, automobile some, and make a right, go down to the next light, the car broke down.
Right. Fact.
That's not the type of dealership I'm talking about. I'm talking about a reputable dealership. Well, it's a beautiful thing when you have great credit, when you can walk into the dealership and you say, listen, I ain't got a lot of time. I want this. I want that. And they're looking like, see, because their posture changes. When they know you got great credit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they
yeah.
treat me like Hakeem Ed on Coming to America. They treat me like Hakeem Ed. Boy, they bow. They bow to me, boy. They treat me like that.
Yeah.
That's how they treat me. And I'm like, this is what I want. That my Kia Stinger. I said, this is what I want. I said, listen, I ain't got time. I'm impatient. I don't like sitting in dealerships. How fast you gonna get this done? Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I want to trade in this Kia K900, and that was a beautiful car. That was like a 750 BMW series. I said, I'm gonna get in the back seat of my Kia K900 and take a little nap. And about less than 15 minutes later, they said, we're ready for you. We're ready for you. Talk to the finance man. Your husband's already back there working out the numbers. It's a beautiful thing when you're in control. You pick out the car you want versus the car they tell you can get because of your jacked up credit.
Absolutely.
That's exactly that. That's just how that works. So guys, listen. We sow into the lives of people. Yeah. That's why we enjoy what we're doing. That's why we enjoy what we're doing. Going all over. See, that's what Jesus did. Isn't that what Jesus did? That's what Jesus did. With his 12 disciples, he walked and sold. But then you're going to have naysayers to talk about it's a scam. It's a pyramid.
Right.
So if you're working for somebody, what you think that is?
Right.
Oh, you about to get some people
What
tight.
you think that is?
You about to get some people.
See, you can't let the enemy get your mind and make you think and twist and twist the word and have you thinking like, well, it's a conflict of interest. So you mean to tell me you may have good credit, but you got debt? So you mean to tell me you don't want to pay down your debt? You may not. Hey, you may not be interested in the services, okay? But you know people that need what we have. See, that's a beautiful thing. Everybody needs what we have. Everybody.
Right. Whether they realize or not, what we've learned is, we talk about credit, but you can't have substantial credit without having the income to back it up or to support it, right? So we're not just talking about, oh, have an 850 credit score. No, you need the money, you need the income to support the 850 credit score.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to help you. You know, a lot of people got furloughed top of 2020 due to the pandemic. A lot of people have been living paycheck to paycheck. They want to get their credit up. But I tell people, if you can't afford our services, and this is transparency because we want to help as many people, but we have to be very transparent with you because you don't know what you don't know. And the biggest expense in life is what we do not know, right? So never question the expert. We've been in the game for a minute and we've helped a lot of people, right? But if you cannot afford credit repair, you can't afford to be a homeowner.
Oh, Lord, pass around the offering plate.
I need you guys to understand this. I need you guys to understand this. If you come to me, Gigi, Joe, whomever, and you say, hey, I want to get my credit restored because I'm looking to buy a home in the next 6 months, well, that's already unrealistic, right? We need to take some time. How long have you had unsubstantial credit? And if you come and we tell you exactly what the price is to help you and your family reach financial freedom, get your credit restored, and you say, oh, that's too expensive, then how do you expect to be a homeowner? So we're going to educate you, but we're going to hold you accountable because, again, but we don't blame you for not knowing. That's when we come into play to educate you. And that's the beautiful thing about what we do. We educate. That way, once you graduate from our program, you're not living in this hamster wheel. I know plenty of people, boom, I'm gonna leverage my cash. Why would you do that? Why won't you leverage your substantial credit to use other people's money to break down those financial barriers?
That's
See,
right.
me and my wife, we bought our home with a 580 credit score. So we knew what that process was like. And it was a complete nightmare.
How much more did you pay for the exact same floor plan, D?
Well, we bought the house. The home buying process took about 1.5 years. And we were a young, naive couple. Got the house on an FHA loan. Never again. Always go conventional. You eliminate PMI, but we'll get to that another day. But when we got into the home, I started doing extra research. And I was like, man, nah, it's a nice home. Almost 4,000 square foot house. But I'm like, we're paying way too much. I know we are. So I asked my neighbor across the street, Ryan, how much are you guys paying for your monthly mortgage? When he told us they were paying $900 less than what we were paying for the same exact house. Light bulb click, boom. Again, the biggest expense in life is what we do not know, right? Get those resources so you don't make the same mistakes, right? So I told my wife, listen, we paying way too much money on this house. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this house into an investment property. We're going to have our tenants pay down the monthly mortgage while we build equity, and we'll never make this mistake again. And that's exactly what we did.
Wow. Wow. For anyone that's looking to purchase a home, you're not sure what your credit score is, I need for you to reach out. Reach out. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. Like Dee said, another one that quotes that Dee gave me, I added that to my book as a quote. Dee, I did. I added it. Whatever trains you, whatever entertains you, trains you. Whatever entertains you, trains you. Man, boy, that I was like, oh my goodness, that is a powerful quote. But you can check listen, we run a free credit analysis. You run it on your phone. I'm not running it for you. I don't want your social security number. I'm just going to walk you through running. I'm just going to say, listen, it takes 2 minutes, 2 minutes. You take 2 minutes. Look, you take 2 minutes to go buy something you shouldn't be buying. 2 minutes to run a free credit analysis. You're able to see. I want Dee and Jocanna to tell you what you will see once you run that free credit analysis. Tell them about the free credit analysis.
Take it away.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. So with a free credit analysis, as Gigi mentioned, it's only going to take about 2-3 minutes. But you're going to be able to log into your account. You're going to be able to see what your current score is and what your projected future score is within the next 30 to 90 days. So you'll also be able to see your you know, if you go ahead and get into our program, you'll be able to see how many points your credit will increase once our credit attorneys remove those items from your credit profile. You'll be able to see your current debt that's affecting you. You'll be able to see your you know, your credit card, your lines of credit, to see what's affecting you. There's there's your utilization. You'll also be able to see there's this built-in simulator that you'll be able to use as well, that'll let you know the exact amount to pay on your credit card, when to pay it, and how many points your credit will increase. So definitely an awesome feature. You know, if you're
credit card, if you don't have lines of credit, and how we're able to assist them on that.
Yeah, if you don't have any lines of credit, we do offer a secured credit card. It's a complete game changer. You know, we just added it onto our platform, and so you're able to apply for a guaranteed approval. So you'll definitely be able to get approved. You can put as minimum as $10 and as maximum as whatever you want. But great way to create a positive line of credit, so that you can build that trust with the banks, right? And then they're able to start offering you, you know, unsecured credit cards. So, you know, anybody who's looking to either establish credit or get their credit repaired, but you don't know where you stand today, definitely reach out to Gigi, get a free credit analysis done. Again, it's only going to take you 2 to 3 minutes. As she mentioned, you spend 2-3 minutes doing nothing most of the time. So, you know, get your finances in order, get your free credit analysis, and make 2022 your best year yet. So
let's get it.
Awesome. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, we got about 8 minutes left. I'm telling you, when you're having a good conversation, boy, time does go by fast, don't it?
Right.
But listen, inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know about this masterpiece Mr. Dee Brown put together. Because you know what? You inspired me to get my book published. So I need you to tell them how you just came up with this masterpiece. And how can they buy this?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I prayed on it, and I really started doing my due diligence as far as understanding people. 80% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, and really just going out helping my community. And one of my mentors, big bros, Nehemiah Davis, as well as my beautiful wife, they actually inspired me and encouraged me to come out and release this ebook. I was sitting on the information for about 6 months, and I was like, I can't sit on this information any longer, because it's helped me and my family. You know, I've been able to be approved for over $250,000 in buying power in the last 8 months. And I was like, it was just something that I was just doing. But for me, I felt like I was like the crash test dummy. Like, I made mistakes and I learned off my trial and error. And in result of that, when I look back, it's such a blessing, right? And I just started writing. I started doing research, started writing, taking up surveys, people living paycheck to paycheck, people that are walking around with unsubstantial credit. And I just started writing it. And I was like, people need this. People need this resource. People need the tools. I don't want to be that statistic and that individual showing everybody that I'm getting to the bag, showing everybody that I'm creating success for me and my family and my business partners, but I'm not willing to give the blueprint or give the play back to my community. To me, that's bogus. Like, you're making all this money, but you're not willing to go out here and help other people get to the bag. So I created this ebook that has been a complete game changer. Not only has it helped me and my family, it's helped my business partners, it's helped my clients, and you can get it on Amazon. It's called Unlock the Code to Financial Freedom, right? Purchase it, download it, and actually take the information. Information is the fertilizer to our wealth. So we can give you this information all day long, but if you're not willing to execute on the information, it's not going to work. So take the information. You know, it's going to help you understand how to be able to build up your personal credit, how to be able to understand the importance of why your credit profile is just as important as your FICO score. Treat your credit profile like your adult report card, right? It's going to show you then how to transition from building your personal credit to building up your business credit, right? It's going to show you how to be able to use other people's money to then reinvest back into the play, right? So all we do is we take that money and we dump it into other avenues to create more income. Oh, Dee, what are you guys doing? Man, we running the play. Because guess what? In this day and age, in this climate that we live in, you all, guess what? Having multiple streams of income is no longer a want, it's a necessity. You gotta have multiple streams of income. God forbid if you were to get laid off tomorrow, can you ask yourself, can you provide for your family, pay your bills, still travel, still enjoy your life, stress-free for the next 12 months? If the answer is no, get with Gigi. Get with her. We're here to help. We're here to change the trajectory of people's lives. So yeah, let's get it. Man, I could drop. Man, I can get them. Yeah, I can get them tens of thousands of plays, and they'll change their life. But
buy the book, y'all. Buy
book.
the ebook, okay?
Listen. Let me tell you something. I listen to successful people. My sons will tell you, a single mother, I'm not going to sit here and dispute or have a debate with a successful person, a person that purchased their home, they have great credit, they're showing me how to obtain what they have. Now, why in the world would I want to have a debate with that successful person? That's what I did. God said, you have to renew your mind. You have to change the way you think. You know, you got to change the way you think. You can fool man, but you can't fool God. Because like I said, God's word never returns void. See, the person you report to, and there's nothing wrong with working in the corporate America, but you want to have, you want to have multiple.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I still work corporate America. I love what I do. October 19th, on my son's birthday this year, I will be 30 years in at my job. 30 years in. Woo! He was 3 years old when they hired me after I completed my internship at Southwest Hospital. Certified pharmacy technician. I enjoy what I do because I love medicines. I love the interactions of medications. Because a lot of our patients, that's just like someone, see what I did? You see what I just did? A lot of our patients are taking the wrong medication. So all I do is I listen. So I enjoy what I do, but I also started my own. I got 2 minutes. No, 2 minutes. I started my own business, and it's a wonderful business, and I do it all from the comfort of my home in my bathrobe. It's the first time I put on some clothes for my show because I normally wear my bathrobe. I wear my bathrobe. That's what I do. I roll out of my bed. I give God reverence. I get into my word. I turn on my praise and worship for the first half of the day in my bathrobe. And I am sitting here, I'm servicing, I'm sewing throughout the day. So I'm so excited. Brown Asset Group. Get to that bag. Oh my God, Brown. Last name Brown. Asset, not liabilities.
That's it. Yep.
Asset. I need you to give your business information. Listen, give them your business information, Brown Asset Group.
That's what it is. Brown
50 minutes? Okay.
Brown
Give me your
Asset
business information.
Instagram, follow us on Brown Assets Group. But again, this is about getting as many people to Say It Ain't So Saturday's platform. So this is not about us. This is not about Brown Assets Group. You know, we want to help as many people as possible obtain financial freedom. And again, thank you, Mom, for having us. And we look forward to building.
So listen, before you go, I know you guys saw me at the end, at the tail end. I want to thank my design engineer, Chris Adamex. If it wasn't for God and my nephew, listen, my nephew lives in Texas. He designed my front book cover, my back book cover. He did the show banner. My voice, Sad Ain't So Saturdays with G Monea. He did all that. Chris Adamex. See, I'm sewing. I give thanks to God and my nephew, Chris Adamex. But he had me to do the running man. He said, Auntie, do the running man so I can incorporate it in your banner. So I want to challenge the next person. Whatever your staple is, whatever your staple dance is, I want you to send me a video. And so the next show, next Saturday, whoever I choose, their staple dance is going to be joined in with my running man on the banner. How you like that?
Love that.
But listen, we got 24, 23 seconds. I appreciate you. I appreciate those who took the time out to join this platform. Share this live. Share it. I love you guys. Brown Aspect Group, I salute you. God bless you. And yes, can you please drop your information in the message? Dee JoJo, drop your information in the message. And we're out.
Now that's what I call sowing. Enough of growing. I know you enjoyed yourself. So come back again next week for some more.
It ain't so Saturday.